afternoon, Jaylon. With the struggles you've had to this point, do you consider it a critical juncture of the season, these next 2 weeks with 2 division games on the road to kind of, you need to right yourself now, or you really make it difficult on yourself the rest of the way?
It's a must win. It's a must win. Both of these games. That's how we're viewing them. But we can only focus on one at a time. So we're doing everything we need to do, preparing for Washington.
Jaylon, Mike McCarthy addressed yesterday that some of the negativity that's been coming out of the locker room, or at least via reports. How would you describe the locker room this week? And as you always tell us, you're a leader of this defense. Do you talk to your players when something like this happens?
I mean, the biggest thing is understanding our personnel, understanding, who's the head man and his character and everything he believes in. And the head coach, he's a player's coach, and he's about everyone being men. If you got something to say, own up to it. And regardless of whatever allegations were said, it could have came from anyone. But coach wants us to be grown men and own up to anything that you got to say. His door is always open. We can constantly communicate about anything we want to hear. I personally feel that, and it's a blessing to have him as a coach. We got to perform.
Did it bother you that something like that was reported, that somebody said some things? Did that bother you?
Is it what?
Did that bother you, that something that apparently players are talking anonymously to reporters about what's going on in your locker room?
I don't deal with all the anonymous stuff. If you got something to say, just put your name on it. All that anonymous stuff is really trash to me. So, we got our eyes on what we need to focus on.
Do you guys believe in this system and believe in these coaches on defense?
We do. It's 48 players that go out and dress and play on game day, and for us, we got to get the job done, and whatever we got to do, whatever it takes.
When you pass that stage now in your season that we're still making adjustments with this defense, are you at the point where you should know what you should do? You should be knowing what you should be doing defensively.
All of that, no OTAs and all of that, no preseason, all of that good stuff is over. There's no excuses. We got to get the job done, and we're finding a way. That's what we need to do. We got to keep taking steps forward, but this week we must win, and that's what we got our eyes on.
Jaylon, you talked to us about how Randy has done in practice, but it looks like he'll be available for the game this week. What's the key for you when a new guy enters the lineup, making sure everyone's lined up correctly?
Randy's a baller, and whenever he has the green light, it's gonna be on. Looking forward to playing with my brother. I think attention to detail and just accountability, from top all the way to the bottom. Everyone must be accountable for doing your job and winning your battles.
When you assess where the defense is right now, is it getting better, and if so, what ways? And is it just hard to see from the outside because there are individual breakdowns over the course of a game that keep ending up in the same, the score being as high as it is?
Put together a full game. That's what our defense must do. Regardless of what our offense has going on. Our offense could score 50 points. Our offense could score 3 points. It doesn't matter. It's on the defense's job to be there, for our brothers, and that's what we must do. We got to put together a full game. You look at the 30 plays, the first 30 plays last week. We were grinding. We were rocking. We need to be consistent throughout the entire game, and it's nobody's fault but ours. We gotta make it happen because we're out there playing.
When you watched where did you see the breakdown after those first 30? Obviously, you had some of the shorter fields when the turnovers came.
it's about responding to adversity and being there for our brothers. That's what we must do. We didn't do that. We didn't accomplish that. Anytime you're inside of the red zone, it's 3 or less. It's 3 or less, and that's what the mentality has to be, and that's what we're striving towards, and we're working to get there. And the time is now.
I was curious your perspective on a play, I believe it was early fourth quarter, when DeAndre Hopkins had a 60-yard catch and run. The guys were pursuing the play, and DeAndre, I know you're faster than DeMarcus Lawrence, but DeMarcus passed you on that play. Was there something physical going on for you on that play, on the pursuit, of not being able to run at your usual speed on that?
No excuses. We all got to get to the ball, myself included.